There's one thing that could save the world from most of its current problems, and the Lost Bus shows us what that thing is. Let me break it down for you.
23 kids were stranded. Is there anybody in the area that can pick them up?
This is really, 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 really pivotal to what's happening in life right at this exact moment.
Right now.
So for anyone who is unsure, altruism is the selfless concern for the well-being of others without care for one's own interests. Two very important altruistic decisions are made in this film. The first is Kevin McKay choosing to take the distress call and go save the children instead of tending to his own child. There was such a struggle in Kevin McKay.
Is there anybody that can go and pick these kids up?
To make that decision, and it makes sense. You're choosing the lives of the 22 over the lives. It's like the trolley problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because we really saw his anguish. That was a really, really massive decision on his part.
Totally.
And for him to be altruistic and to say there are 22 kids that need to be taken across the town to safety.
And to make that decision in such a short amount of time.
Very
because
true.
you only have, a minute or two?
Yep.
Because she's over the radio saying, is there anyone?
And you
people
hear
are
all the
on.
other buses say they can't do it.
They can't do it. And so it's just building and building and building.
And it's coming down to him.
You can just imagine what a human being would go through in their mind of like, I got to make this decision right now.
Man.
It's now or never.
Yep.
And talk about stakes.
Talk about stakes.
Huge
The stakes
stakes.
were as high as they possibly could be. The second altruistic decision we get is Mary Ludwig choosing to accompany Kevin on the bus ride because she had the same scenario.
Yep.
Instead of tending to her own child, she just chose to get on the bus with Kevin and tend to the 22 kids. Again, a split second, too. She goes to get off the bus. He's like, hey, wait, you got to come with me. No, I can't. I need you. And then she goes out and it's like, I got to go with him. He can't do it on his own.
Exactly. And she, I thought, boy, she had to wear big girl pants, if you will. She had to be very adult because she's got all these kids looking to her.
Totally.
And so she has to push aside her own sense of potential despair, of panic, of fear for the sake of these little ones looking at her. Wow.
She has to set the tone.
She had to set the tone, and she did such a very touching job of doing that. It was really very touching. You could tell she was really trying. And also just the little kids like, Kevin, where are you going, Kevin? Like, don't leave the bus, because they were looking at him too.
Yeah.
They both had that responsibility.
Totally. Both of these characters, both of these people, these real life people, thought bigger than themselves.
They did.
The world needs more people like Mary and Kevin.
Well, that was truly heroic. It was truly heroic.
I think that there's a massive lack of altruism in society today.
Yes.
I see I'm serious, man. I see so many very, 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 very selfish people. And I want to make an important distinction.
Yeah, you're a
here.
driver in LA.
Yeah.
You see it every day.
Oh, yeah. I think there's an important distinction I want to make.
Okay.
Because being altruistic to me extends beyond your circle. That includes your family and friends. I think a lot of people like to think they're very selfless. They care for others because they care for the people that are immediately close directly to them. Oh, no, I put my son ahead of me. I put my mother ahead of me and their needs, and I tend to them, which is wonderful. But altruism is seeing beyond that, is seeing the neighbor who you've never spoken a word to, is seeing the group of people you have no idea of. That's where altruism begins. Right. That's what we have a serious lack of. We don't have a serious lack of people being selfless. That's pretty easy for people to do, it seems. Just my brother, my friend, my girlfriend, whatever. But very seldom do people extend beyond that.
It is so true. Being on the planet as long as I have, I've gotten to see, like, my parents were of the Great Generation, of the World War II generation. And This is something Tom Brokaw called the Great Generation.
Mm-hmm.
And their sense of community and us was utterly palatable and obvious in their actions, not just in their words. Words are easy, but in their actions. They were thinking beyond their own kids, beyond their own clan, whatever, however you want to put it. And they were really thinking in a community way. And as time's gone on, I see less and less of that. And it's disheartening. So that's where a movie like this gives me a little bit of hope.
Yeah, that's what movies like this can do.
And this is where movies like this are, to me, it's important. It's important to tell stories like this. Because giving something a bunch of words and talking a big game is one thing about how you might feel about community, but you really don't know until you're in a bus and you're surrounded by flames. Really?
I said there's one thing that the world needs, and one thing that could save, our current world at the top of this episode. I think it's altruism. If you have more of that, you don't have war. Why would you ever go to war? If you were more altruistic.
I mean, even just think about
Hate crimes, murder,
the pandemic.
rape, hungry,
The pandemic.
It's like it becomes every man for themselves.
And Altadena.
We've talked about this. Ryan and I were shooting. Actually, we just finished shooting an episode of this show when I got an alert on my phone to be evacuated because there was a massive wildfire that destroyed Pacific Palisades and Altadena. I got to a major intersection and people are blowing through the red. And I kept saying to my brother, it's like animals. And I thought, we don't even have you can't even see the flames where we were.
Right.
And I thought already, look how people are behaving.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. There's such a massive lack of it. Nobody thinks about anyone else beyond their little circle. If me and my people are good, everyone else, fuck you.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the attitude.
Right.
And it's insane.
Right. I mean, yeah. Again, I just remember the pandemic. Everyone hoarding everything.
Right.
We know people.
Not leaving anything
I feel
for
like
anyone
people
else.
have talked about, like, yeah, we had toilet paper for the rest of the year, and I'm like, well, think about how many people didn't have toilet.
That's right.
Clearing
That's
shelves,
Shelves,
all for
water.
themselves.
Right.
There's no one else in the world that needs that. It's only me and
Right.
my family.
This is where when you watch movies about World War II and you see people living on very little, giving what little they have. Wow. Movies like this are important.
Absolutely. Agreed.
And it's important to look beyond the frame and think about altruism.
Yeah. Yes.
Not just think, great on that guy.
Right. Could I be that guy?
Right.
Could I be that guy? Right. Exactly. That's what movies can do.
Heavy sigh.
So what did we learn from watching The Lost Bus, Joe? The world needs more people like Kevin McKay and Mary Ludwig.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we all took note from them and became more altruistic, that is to say, became more selfless and cared more about people beyond our circle, the world would be a much better place, and it might even become a paradise.
Wow.